and about 25 or so other chapter members from around Nevada, California got together to form this region. And of the many things we did during the summers of 1991 and 92 was eventually to decide what should we call ourselves. And the obvious was either Nevada, California or California, Nevada, as in many of the regions around the Phi Beta Kappa universe used the names of the states in that region. But for us, there were only two states, and the debate was which name would come first. And so we had a long discussion, and the arguments were essentially, well, California should come first because we're the biggest, we're the best, we're the largest, people will recognize. I said we're in the West. And the argument went in that direction, and of course the other side was, but we are going to be the smallest region in the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society. We only have 4 community colleges. We will never grow. At the time, California had 6 chapters when we got together to form our 10. And so the debate went back and forth, and finally we decided to take a vote. And that first vote was, of course, a tie. There were about 30-something of us voting, and advisors and chapter members had equal votes, and of course the vote was split. So we had more discussion about why we should be called Nevada, California, why California, Nevada, and went back and forth and back and forth. We took a second vote, and this time the vote was split. And so we were a little bit surprised, but on the third round of discussion, we said, all right, this is what we think. And people got pretty adamant about their position. And Mike Hardy, who at the time was the advisor from the Carson City chapter, had made an absolutely eloquent argument as to why it should be Nevada, California, and I only briefly touched on that. And of course, the other argument from the other side was we're going to have 100 chapters eventually, and that's how people will see us as the larger of the 2 states, and therefore call us by the size rather than anything else. And so after the discussions had gone back and forth for quite a while, we finally decided, let's take a third vote. And this time, the packers held out and it was still tied. But we said nothing. We sat there in silence for several minutes. We did not know what to do, what to say. There was nothing more to be said. And out of the stillness came this voice that said, I changed my vote! And of course, that scared the heck out of everybody. Who was it? And how are you changing your vote? Which way? And eventually, it was Brad Reynolds from here at College of the Canyons, who said, we should be called the Nevada-California region. He was one of the adamant supporters of calling us California, Nevada, but he said we should be Nevada, California. And after that, there was just simply a moment of, okay, and we moved on. And we acted in tremendous harmony. There was no animosity, there was no further discussion, we just moved on. And we formed the region that very year. Our first regional convention was held in Carson City in honor of being the Nevada, California region. And every time we talk about ourselves, it is Nevada, California. And to that extent, tonight we will introduce, as we were trying to do during the election process itself, our Nevada District Vice President first, and then we'll take care of the California districts and conclude with the Communications VP and the President. That is the tradition that we've always followed for the past 20 years. At the end of our installation of our new officers, the new President will adjourn the meeting. And yesterday at the candidates forum, we were discussing how that would end. I'm very slyly removing the gavel for a very important purpose later on.